What's up, everybody? Just checking back in with y'all. Have you still been stacking? Bitcoin been down to 78, 77, down from an all-time high of like 126. Just checking in to make sure y'all still staying the course, and y'all not giving in, y'all not falling in for the FUD, and you still are accumulating sats. That's not financial advice. If you are not accumulating sats, let's make sure that we're still doing the knowledge, okay? Make sure we're reading like the Bitcoin Standard. Make sure you read the white paper. Understand what the problem is, right? Understand what the problem that Bitcoin is solving. The hidden secrets of money on YouTube, that is a great place to start to understand what the problem is. And once you understand what the problem is, you'll have a better understanding of how Bitcoin solves that problem. I think it's very important to understand the problem with fiat, understand the problem with money printing, understand the problem with inflation before learning about how Bitcoin works under the hood, right? Because learning about Bitcoin and wrapping your head around Bitcoin is a huge undertaking. So if you learn what the problem is first, it'll come together a little better for you. You know what I mean? So that's what I preach. Don't fall for the FUD. When you start hearing things like Jeffrey Epstein created Bitcoin, that's when it's time to start loading up, man. Because the sentiment of Bitcoin is at an all-time low. Bitcoin was previously at 126. Now we're down to high 70s, right? High 70s, 77, 78, at the time of me shooting this. If you understand the concept of market structure, you know what's gonna go past that 126 and even higher eventually. When is that gonna happen? Nobody knows. But what we do know, it's going to happen. Again, that's not financial advice. So just make sure y'all stay the course, man, and don't let this noise and this FUD get to your head. Make sure you're accumulating those Satoshis, you're piling them up, you're hoarding them, right? Because again, there's a finite supply, there's a fixed supply. There's not gonna be any more Bitcoin being issued after the 21 million cap. Once the 21 million cap is gone, that's it. There's not gonna be any more issued like stocks. There's not gonna be any more printed like fiat, right? That's it. So when that supply is stuck, and the demand continues to go up for it, the more people learn about Bitcoin and the benefits of it, the more people learn about the problem with fiat inflation, in our country and worldwide, they're gonna start slowly gravitating towards Bitcoin. And when that supply is fixed and when it's stuck, y'all gonna be going back looking for that Bitcoin and ain't gonna be nowhere to be found. These institutions are buying Bitcoin. Sovereign wealth funds, when these players come in and buy, they don't sell. They don't sell. They might trickle off a little bit just to, drive the price down, just to manipulate a little bit. But for the most part, they don't sell, right? So you got to keep that in mind. Not financial advice, but you have to get in and not worry about the price, not worry about the dollar price. Getting in and holding on to those Satoshis, ownership is what's important. So I just wanted to check in with y'all. Hope everybody is staying the course. Don't let this FUD get to you, man. Jeffrey Epstein, come on, man. Y'all better hurry up and buy. Man, once you do the research, it don't matter who created Bitcoin, man. It doesn't matter. Bitcoin is open source code that you can see from beginning to the end, front to back. It's fully transparent. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who created it. They opened up Pandora's box and there's nothing you can do about it at this point. Not even the creator. We're going to get on up out of here, man. Good to tap in with y'all. I love y'all. We're going to catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace.